What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Uplink. We had a bit of a hiatus, as in a whole fucking year, basically, but here we go. We're back. We are changing the format a tiny bit. I just got my man Aves here with me,
Yes,
and
sir. Hello.
and essentially we're just gonna have four topics every week. Hopefully, is the goal to go over briefly, just little short, little questions, just stuff that's going on in the week of Call of Duty. And I think last question today is going to be pretty fun. As you can see on the screen, it says MLB to CDL. So with spring training starting up soon, I thought that it'd be fun to try to compare these CDL teams to what MLB teams we think they'd be similar to. But first off, we had big news. It was kind of last week, but still big news. Pred is back on Optic. What are your thoughts on that, Aves?
Uh, I'm glad he's back. Didn't think he was gonna, be back based on just kind of how everything went down and Shotzi saying, "Oh, he's not coming back. Shut up. Stop talking about it. He's not coming back. Leave it alone." And now he's back. So I'm glad he's back. Uh, feel bad for Hook
Yeah,
also
I was gonna say
because
a lot of people say they dropped their best player.
I think I feel more bad for Hook than I'm happy about Pred coming back. I'll be honest with you.
I feel get there because roster mania is a topic, but the fact, small spoiler, but Hook is not a team, which is criminal. Like that guy deserves to be in the CDL. He deserves a roster spot,
That
100%.
dude does not need to be in challengers.
No, like he's gonna go to challengers and absolutely piss on everybody. But I guess it is what it is. That's what happens when there's only 12 teams and only like
Uh,
six of them could really add him. But
just rotting away.
yeah. So they only have 4 days of practice until they play the Major One champions of Atlanta phase. Do you think it'll be a good match, or do you think they're going to get piss slammed?
I think it'd be a good match. I mean, yeah, they only have 4 days of practice, but it's not like they haven't played together before. Yeah, you kind of need to like readjust back to what you were doing like before Pred left. But it's not like they're bringing in someone completely different, super unfamiliar. So I don't think they'll like be too far behind. I still think FaZe will probably win it, but I don't think Optic would get slammed. I could see like a 3-2 or something like that.
That's fair.
Like if they brought in someone like who's never played with these guys before, like there's gonna be a lot more chemistry building, and that's
Yeah.
hard to do within 4 days. But like yeah, you only have 4 days, but like they won champs together. They they played for like over a year last year,
Mm-hmm.
all season last year now. So I don't think they'll be too far behind.
Yeah. And they what's it called? Oh, what was I gonna say? They fuck me. They scrimmed Falcons in Boston today, which I think Falcons was first, and I'm sure that was a fun little confidence booster for Predator. But
Yeah, get your dope up real
yeah,
quick.
yeah. Remember that you can shoot back against pros if you want to call
Mm-hmm.
them pros. But um, do you think this gives them a better chance than with Hook? Because I do. I think they have a better chance of winning with Hook. I think Kenny gelled a lot better with Pred on the team than Hook. I think Hook just made him lose full. I don't know if you saw the clip with Kenny like explaining Hook's
Wait,
mistakes.
I did not,
No. So there's
but
there's one that for example, there's like Skyline against LAG, I think it was. When like I mean LAG was slamming him the hard points, but the
yeah.
Skyline specifically, like Hook was back steps
Mm-hmm.
and like Kenny was doing something, called something out, whatever. Then Hook like went up the steps to like hold Cat, which
That was the
opened
last
up.
P4, no?
Yeah, it was
That was like the
P4.
last
Yeah,
P4 rotation.
it opened up the spawn on like the backside patio, back short area, which Preston
Mm-hmm.
literally spawned there and got a free pinch because Hook thought he was blocking by being on the steps, but no, you have to be looking that
It,
way. So Kenny was like, bruh, like what the
which
fuck?
is which is crazy.
Which is crazy that it doesn't block it, but it also makes sense because like you can block a spawn by staring at it, but I mean, small mistakes like that. That's just one
like
that
to,
Kenny brought up.
dude, should like are we in agreement that if you're on the back stairs, regardless if you're looking there or not, that it should
Yeah, it
be
should block
blocked?
that whole back area, 100%, but it doesn't.
I did not see that clip,
Yeah,
but I think
Kenny
like
broke down a good amount. If it's probably on Spawn of GG on Twitter or whatever, but yeah, I think Kenny's
uh
a lot more comfortable with Fred.
Which makes sense. I like the pacing with Hook better though. Hook's playstyle just fits with this game. Just crackhead, run around, slide around. I feel like from that perspective, I like Hook in that spot. But with I think like you said, they overall just gelled better with Pred. They showed it last year. They were doing what outside of losing to Boston, the first week,
Yeah, the
they were
first
looking pretty good.
second game or
So
whatever.
and like the energy Pred brings also is also pretty huge
Yeah,
in terms of just like
I think his
morale
confidence.
and intensity. It's
Yeah,
like you never feel like you're not losing full too quick. He's bringing the energy, and I think that'll go along really far for him.
yeah. I think his confidence is better in general. But let's
Yes,
stay on the topic of roster mania. Neptune is on Vancouver Surge, which they seem to have chose him over Hook, people have been saying he's the best sub in challengers. But he hasn't been in the league in a couple years, I think. I don't remember the last time he was back in the league, but
the Cold War.
it might have been Cold War. No, I think he was
He might have
in
been Vanguard.
Vanguard. I think he was on LAG and Vanguard at one point. I could be wrong, but
You remember
it's
Spart was on
it's
Vanguard
it's been a little bit for
and well,
Neptune.
OG for Vanguard.
I,
Yeah,
I did grab Neptune in fantasy, so hopefully he could perform a tiny bit. Not expecting much, but because that Surge team still is a little fugazi in my opinion.
they needed like two changes.
Yeah, but I feel like Nasty's been playing okay. They're also when they're online, they play for Vancouver and they're like making excuses, and they went to land and still got smoked. So it's like,
Smoke.
and Hixie was not doing well whatsoever.
No,
So
he was the obvious replacement.
yeah, I agree.
Abusa hasn't really been looking all that great either. Has like
He's been
he's been better
okay.
than Hixie, but he like compared to like the back half of last year when you got put on an AR,
Yeah,
like
he
he was
hasn't been
like if
living
he was on
like
AR yep,
rookie of the year like he thought he
yeah.
should have been, and probably should have been last year to be honest.
If he stayed on the AR the entire year, he probably
Yeah,
would have been.
yeah, 100%. I think the other only other roster change is Wixel back in for Roxas, which
It don't even matter. They'll still get slammed.
they're still not going to be great because Wixel was also not great when he was in. So
No, that
I,
dude was posting up El Sugar and was not moving on the map.
yeah,
But realistically, they don't have a chance to beat at least like the bottom tier teams
mhm.
until Kicks gets back. Which who knows
Yeah.
when that will be.
Their announcement from Falcons said that he's out indefinitely. So it's like I don't know if it's visa. If it was visa issues, I feel like they would have been cleared already. I don't know if he's just homesick. I don't know if he's got stuff going on at home. Like I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Kicks, but he is disgusting. Like I could literally see them building around like in Kicks and Xnid plus two like
Yep.
NA players or something, you know. But
Maybe King also. I mean, King was looking
King's not
good
bad.
in
Yeah,
the
King's
like. He only
incredible.
played for like what that major in like the week before the major.
Something like that. Yeah, I think he only
So
played
like
like
super
three
small sample
games.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like overall he looked okay. He was at least shooting back. And I think if you build around X and Kicks and then maybe King, depending on how he looks early in the stage, like they have something cooking. But until they have Kicks, they're not winning anything. So
Yeah, I agree. But that's all for roster mania, I believe. No one else made changes, which surprises me a little bit. But I think I heard Ben J and Zuma say today that they believe that in 2 weeks before the minor there could be changes. But it's like, why wait? I don't know.
let's do it now.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
unless you're like a bubble team to like okay, like you weren't doing well, you're thinking about making a change and you play well with the major and you kind of bought yourself some time.
Mm-hmm.
But like those teams like Surge, which they made a change early. They made a change
Yeah,
now,
they
you
went
know.
4-3 in the first split. Like they got 40 points.
Yeah, but who do they play against?
Yeah, true.
So
Like I think Rocker arguably should drop Paul X for somebody because he's been kind of shit in the bed, but it doesn't seem they're going to. I think that team just chemistry wise is like they're really comfortable with each other, so I don't know if they will make a change like that. But if Paul keeps struggling, I feel like they're gonna have to.
yeah, I agree. I mean, he didn't. I don't remember how he did in the major. I know some maps he did really well on. Some maps he just never spawned in. It was like he was either doing really well or really bad. There wasn't really a middle ground,
Yeah, I mean Geo
from what I remember. But
and Geo Estral and Nero have been pretty solid. They need to expand their map
Hmm.
pool a little bit so they stop going game 5 every freaking match. But I mean,
A lot of the big reason they're going map fives is like they're getting off to super slow starts.
yeah, that's true.
Like they were doing like I don't. Someone said the record game one map once, and it was not good.
It's
So like they need to start winning map ones.
yeah, I
So
agree.
like I'm gonna pull it up.
I don't think it was. I think they might have won maybe like 2 or 3, if 3, like maybe 2. Not a lot.
Yeah.
See if we can find it.
I'm not looking up the map ones. I'm kind of just looking up at like
I mean, their records are
mode
going to be
records.
almost even on everything. I know they're pretty decent at Vault Control, but Vault Control hasn't even been played that often anymore.
They're 11 and 15 on hardpoint, which kind of makes sense since
Yeah.
map one is hardpoint. They're 12 and 9 search, and they're 6 and 7 in control. So they're 50-50 in control. They're really good at search. Obviously, they win a lot of map fives. It's just the hard points
Well, it's not that they're
is
winning
where
the
they're.
map 5, though. They're only one, what? Well, I don't know their minor record, or I don't know. I think their team just, they're hit or miss. They're either going to win the map
Yep.
5 or they're going to get slammed to the map 5, and that's just, it is what it is. They just need to find some consistency, and I think that starts with the better, consistent Slayer at that main AR position. Another team that I'm shocked hasn't made a change is Cloud9.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
Sid played great on LAN, but like,
kind of like the
bro,
friendship cheese.
it seems that way
Or
because
is it really friendship cheese, or is it just I don't know. I don't really know what it is. It's probably friendship cheese, but
it's like the main person
like
gonna drop there is attach, but it's like, will accuracy drop attach? Like, will
it
best
depends. Do you
friends
want to
drop
win?
each other? Yeah, exactly. How bad do you want it?
But it's also like when do we chalk it up to just bad stage?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could say that. I mean, they had the
I forget who said. I forget.
first couple games they had the shitty ping situation from LA. Like they had to play in
Yeah.
those bad hosts or whatever, bad
Mm-hmm.
servers. Where it's
Yeah.
like, bro, you're
Yeah.
playing like Optic and whoever. Like you probably weren't gonna win those anyways. Like let's be
No.
honest. But
But it's like I forget who said it, but they kind of talked about like just chalk it up to like a bad stage. It's just like we've never seen attach play this bad
yeah,
in who knows how long, if ever. So it's like, and do you kind of owe him the benefit of the doubt that it is just so like we were talking about freaking phase, disbanding it. Like if they don't win the major or win the minor, are we
Phase
going to be
looked like my
concerned? And like
ass.
I know, but like when do we chalk it up to just
A bad
slow
stage.
start?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think that leash is tight because I don't think Cloud9 wants to have a team that
No.
doesn't make champs.
No,
So,
I think if what's their schedule looking like starting off?
let's see.
I'll pull it up. I have it
I got the Cloud9
somewhere.
website already open. Select team, Cloud9, filter.
Toronto Surge, Falcons Breach, LAG, Carolina, Fade.
I mean, they got to win at least 3. 3 or 4. Obviously, your
I don't
goal is
see them
4, but
do 50. I think 50-50 for Ultra against Ultra. Leaning towards Ultra. Vancouver and Vegas are definitely winnable.
I got
Boston's
Toronto because they're probably playing on a freaking Chicago server.
you're just basing it off the thing.
Like, they're going to get smoked. That Bell Fiber, bro. We'll get to predictions, though, at the end. But
But Vancouver and Vegas winnable. Boston's kind of who knows? LG coin flip, and then I don't see them beating Carolina or Fades at least right now.
no.
So
Maybe
they could
Carolina because, I mean,
2,
I don't
3,
know.
4 wins maybe. Probably leaning 3.
I feel like every team's
Most.
goal is 4, but Cloud9 here definitely should at least get 3 this split. And who knows how they perform in the minor. But I think that's it for Roster Mania talk. Let's move to the good old Jackal Gentleman's Agreement. So they,
I
as of
have
right
not
now,
tried the GA.
it's no the gain twist barrel, so you can't use reinforced, you can't use long barrel, and you can't use a muzzle. Which, if you don't have recoil springs on with these attachments, because they tried getting rid of that too,
I was gonna say, didn't they try and get rid of
They tried
like no
to.
muzzle, gain twist barrel, and no
No
fire
fire mods,
mods?
yeah. The gun is horseshit without recoil springs. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah, I have not tried it.
Like, I tried it in ranked, and like, dude, it feels terrible. Like with recoil springs, it feels like okay, but like
Why does it feel bad though?
it, I don't know how to. You can't shoot at range, which obviously you're not supposed to with a sub. But like, even if you feel like you're hitting your shots, like it just feels like it feels bad. It just doesn't feel good. Like, it feels like, why am I using this gun? Like, I can use the C9 or like something else. Which some pros I think did switch to the C9 to try it out, and apparently they GA'd that, but I don't know if that's true or not. Because like C9, you can't shoot that at range even when it has reinforced. Like, it's a lot tougher to shoot than the Jackal is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it kills. I mean, it's 4 bullets up close, like every other sub in the game. But I feel like the C9 is, one, the movement isn't as good as the Jackal, and two, it's harder to shoot at range. So like, I feel like the C9 meta might be the best right now, but I think they're just gonna stick with this Jackal one, and then if people pull out the C9, it's probably gonna get G8 after they use it and drop 30. So I don't know.
And bring back the XM4.
Yeah, I don't know why they refuse to like go back to a different AR. It doesn't make sense, and like,
It's like, didn't it get nerfed? The XM4? It got nerfed.
doesn't 4 bullet anymore.
It's like, when nerfs and buffs happen, can we just go back and revisit and test?
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know.
Like,
It doesn't look like dealership hardpoints being added, which is Fugaze. That map's good enough, but I haven't. When I was watching scrims today, I didn't see anyone playing it, so I don't know if the league's just gonna drop it on their freaking head this weekend and say, "Hey, guess what? You're playing this," and no one's even practiced it. So I kind of hope they do. Kind of hope they do.
yeah, at least give it a try. It's definitely better than Bounty.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it feels like Rio, like size and just like pace.
Yeah,
It feels like Rio.
I agree. It definitely brings Rio vibes.
In Search too, it's just bang a sight.
Mm-hmm.
So bang mid, plant the bomb. Even though like the B bomb isn't necessarily like in mid, it's like side.
Yeah,
but you get there so quick.
Yeah,
so
this is.
But we like Rio, so
yeah, this is what my suggestion was. Right after Major One, I'm like, get Skyline Search out, get Vault Search out, get freaking Dealership Search in, bring back Rewind Search.
Yep.
And excuse me, probably get rid of Skyline Hardpoint for Dealership. Like, I don't know.
I think
or
if you
just
have
add
to pick
Dealership
one Vault,
Hardpoint. Like,
if you have to keep one of them between Vault S&D and Skyline S&D,
I'm keeping Skyline.
okay.
So at least like you see plants at B, like you can hit cat, you can do other things at Skyline, but like most teams just bang A.
the B bomb is like mid round.
I mean, yeah, but at least it's used. People mid round on Vault are still just planting in the fucking Vault.
We saw like maybe like 2 B plants. Remember Checkmate and Cold War where like everybody just hit plane?
Yeah.
And then like we had 2 bomb plants the entire year on like what would it be? Like off by the crate? Like and that map stayed in the entire year. No, did it stay in the entire year? Checkmate Search?
It might have got taken out. I think it
like
did.
Late though.
Yeah,
late
like
though.
Standoff or something. But yeah,
might be
that's
right.
the GA and map talk. The pros are morons and don't understand. Bring back snipers. I don't know. But now we get to the fun. We're going to compare CDL teams and attach an MLB to the team to them that we think is fairly similar, whether it's in fandom, operations, record, however we wanted to put it. Whatever spin we put on it. This was a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. But we got spring training coming up. Aves and I are both huge baseball fans. So I'm like, wait, this could actually be so much fun. So let's freaking do it. So on the top of my list, I just listed them based on the team that came to my head first. I have Optic first.
Yeah.
I put them as the Yankees.
So did I. So did I.
So my notes for it, I put that they're fan favorites. I like anywhere they go.
Mm-hmm.
They are expected to be great, and the brand is international.
And their fans are cold.
Yeah, and so their fans can be hated.
And they've won a good bit.
Yeah, and
like
they've
the
won
Yankees.
before. Yeah.
So
So
it's just like the most iconic
And they've always had like the most
Pod
popular
franchise.
players, so you can go like to A-Rod, Jeter. You know, they got Judge now,
Judge now.
Garrett
Yep.
Cole. They bought like they got
Soto for a
popularity.
year.
Yeah, Soto.
For a
But
year.
yeah, I wasn't sure who to put other than the Yankees because like you can't really put the Dodgers. I put the Dodgers for somebody else.
So did
But
I.
next up, I got FaZe, which I feel like we might have the same here. I have the Houston Astros.
I have the Dodgers.
You put the Dodgers for FaZe.
Yes.
Interesting. Why'd you put the Dodgers for FaZe?
One, they win.
Okay.
Two, they are loaded. Just like, I mean, you could honestly you could put the Dodgers or Yankees for like any of the like the top three teams really. But like for the phase, one, the roster's loaded. Two, they win a good bit. Three, they always choke when it matters. Up until like last year.
That's fair.
and,
That is fair. They got a lot of seconds.
and they talk a lot of trash, which Dodgers don't really talk. Well, they kind of do. Max Muncy, Madison Bumgarner go fish out of the ocean type beat. But like, they're successful. They got talented players. It's like I like the Dodgers over for the phase over the Thieves in my opinion.
So I put the Astros because they've been good the past like every year. They find a way to freaking win. They won what 7 straight ALCSs or something, 6 straight,
Yeah, yeah.
and everyone hates them.
Fair, but everyone hates the Dodgers now too. So
yeah,
like,
well, I think FaZe is more of the Astros because like everyone knows they're good. Everyone knows they find a way to freaking win, but everyone
FaZe
hates
doesn't
them
cheat,
mainly
though.
because they cheated. Yeah, mainly because they cheated. But I still think they'd have like the Chiefs treatment where like everyone's just sick of seeing them in the World Series. Like I feel like
Fair.
that people got to that point. But like,
Fair.
I mean, what the Astros only won 2 of the 6 they were in. One cheating, one
They
legit.
won 20. No, the last time they were in the World Series after like 2017 was against the Nationals in 2019. They lost.
Oh, really?
Oh wait, no, they did win 2021.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm
2021.
pretty sure they won.
They beat the Phillies. They beat the
Yes,
Phillies.
yeah. So they got 2 world
Dustin
championships.
Baker's last year. I'm pretty sure this was last year.
FaZe they have 1 world championship in Cold War, but they've been to the final significant amount of times. But yeah, I think FaZe is the Astros to me, but I get your Dodgers one. I'm gonna go to my Dodgers pick, and this is the LA Thieves because they literally dropped a whole bag on their roster. That is why I put the Dodgers for the Thieves.
Yep. Okay. Fair.
Who'd you put for LA Thieves?
I put the Mets.
The Mets. Okay, because they spent a whole bag on their roster.
Yeah, and they're like the third best team.
Okay. I mean, right now, they're the second best team, but I'd say at the beginning of the year, you probably put them behind Optic and FaZe, probably, just because you weren't sure how they were going to mesh.
Yeah.
But that's a solid one. I didn't put the Mets for anyone.
I didn't put. I just looking through my list. I did not put a Phillies.
I put the Phillies. I think you're going to be interested in where I put the Phillies here. My next up, I have Toronto Ultra. Who did you put for Toronto?
Kansas City.
Interesting. I got Kansas City somewhere else. Why'd you put Kansas City for Toronto?
Because it felt like, and I think Parasite said it too. It's like the highest ceiling. Like like a lot of young dudes, but they're like exciting.
Uh-huh.
Like they could be exciting. You got Beans, you got Joe Seeds, you got Kleenex. Kleenex is like I can't even. I don't really want to compare him to Bobby Wood, but Kleenex is like their best player. Bobby Wood is their best player. Their team goes through Kleenex. Their team goes through Bobby. A lot of young dudes.
You could put like
They're, like,
Salvi or
intriguing.
Vinny as insight. Salvi or Vinny.
I get. I want to go Salvi.
Probably
Insight.
Vinny. Because Vinny's clutch. He has a lot of
Yeah,
RBIs.
yeah.
So you gotta go insight
Fair.
there.
That's a better one.
Yeah.
So like highest ceiling, intriguing, a lot of young dudes. One superstar to where it kind of just runs through them.
That's fair.
So I put Kansas City.
I went with the Cleveland Guardians.
I have the Guardians somewhere too.
So I put somewhat young roster.
Yep.
And this went back to 2019 where they started with a 10-man team. And that goes to how good Cleveland develops talent.
Okay.
with
I was
like
gonna
at
say
least
you
the
could have
pitching
said
staff.
if you're gonna go that way, you could have said Tampa.
Yeah, I was thinking Tampa too, and then I put close to winning but can't get it done. And that goes to Scrap getting absolutely smoked in finals. And I don't know if this Toronto team will win an event this year. I think they'll maybe get second at some point, but I don't know if they'll be able to win one. Maybe a minor. Maybe they can win a minor.
Yeah,
I don't know about a
yeah. I
major.
think I think I'd probably not the top three teams. I'd probably put like Ravens ahead of them. They're probably
Interesting.
like the fifth
Okay.
or like the fifth team I'd put to win a major. I'd probably do top three and then Ravens right now.
Yeah, that makes sense right
So
now. Okay, so next up, I have Miami Heretics. I put the Rockies.
see, I'm torn between two teams.
Okay.
It was the Giants and the Reds.
I had them at the Giants, I think, bro, until I switched it to the Rockies. The Reds is a good
It's like
pick
the
too.
see like the Giants is like okay, mid, they're not horrendous, but they're pretty mid.
Yeah.
They got some intriguing pieces. Overachieved in 2021, the Giants did when they had like 122 wins or whatever, or 102 wins and won the division. They overachieved. Heretics kind of overachieved
That's major.
this major,
Yeah.
even though I could see them getting to one more Sunday before year's end.
Yeah, I don't know
But
about
just
that.
from
I don't know
overachieving,
about
like
that.
I mean, they need some help.
Yeah,
They
they
need some
need bracket
upsets to
cheese again.
happen.
They need bracket cheese again.
But like I could see like one more.
Yeah.
And I do think we'll see some upsets at some point
There's always got to be
throughout the year.
upsets,
So
man. It's never as you think.
so
Okay, so I like I put the Rockies because I think they can be scrappy at some point.
okay.
There's some solid pieces in Real and Rencor, which could be like Tovar, Doyle, just some
Mm-hmm.
standouts the Rockies have. But my main thing with the Rockies putting them here is how they region lock themselves being Spanish. And that goes to how Denver is Denver and Coors Field exists where it is and they can't get any free agent pitcher.
Yeah, that's the see that's the difference. They can't get free agent pitchers because of Coors, because no pitcher wants to go there.
Yeah.
But like Miami, just if you're not Spanish, you're not getting on the team. So it's more players
It's more the other
for the
way
Rockies
around. Yeah,
situation. Yes.
the way
But
I
I see
thought
where
of
you're
it,
going.
yeah, the way I thought of it is like, well, they kind of restrict themselves based on region, and yeah. But so I went
I like it.
Rockies, and you went with the Reds with that one.
I'll probably
Or
go Giants.
Giants.
Giants. Giants, yeah.
Okay. So next up, I had the Carolina Royal Ravens, which this is where I went with the Phillies. Because
Okay.
the old guard with TJ Slasher Vivid, I'm like, the window is closing with the old heads, just like the Phillies chorus coming up soon.
Okay, fair.
Hey, Bryce isn't getting any younger.
He's like what, 32 right
He's
now?
not that old, but like, it's getting there.
He's not. He's 32.
Yeah, it's still though. It's getting there for a lot of.
He's like,
But they're also
I don't
like
know,
really
they
good right
have
now.
Reese Hoskins
So
anymore. Yeah, no, for sure.
the Phillies are expected to be good.
I got the Stros
You put the Stros for Carolina?
because hear
What
me
the
out.
hell?
Carolina has the oldest roster in the CDL
Okay.
at 28. So I went digging. So the Mets have the oldest roster at 29.1, Dodgers, and then Yankees. We already picked all three. So the fourth oldest is Houston at 28 and a half.
Okay. Makes sense.
So I went with the Ravens, or I went with the Stros solely because of like average age.
That's fair. Okay.
So
I can rock with that. I can rock with that. Okay. So Carolina, I got the Philadelphia Phillies, and you have the Astros with Carolina. Interesting. So we went different routes there with the Astros. Next up, I got the Boston Breach. This is where I put the Kansas City Royals. And my notes for it are they have one all-star player, Bobby Witt equals Snoopy. They lack consistency due to the lineup being top-heavy, which that's just the Royals lineup. If Snoopy and one other isn't frying, it's tough to win. So basically, if Bobby Witt and Vinny struggle, they can't score any runs.
Valid.
Which is very true.
Valid.
Like I said, if no one else is going positive other than Snoopy, they ain't winning any respawns, man. It ain't happening.
That's a good one. I did Red Sox.
I put Boston. I didn't put Boston, but I was tempted. I was tempted to put the Red Sox. So you put Boston Breach with the Red Sox?
Yes,
Okay.
because they're at like you don't have them like in the like near the top teams, even though they did well this past stage. But they got young talent. You know, like you got Jaron Duran on the Red Sox. You got a couple others. Uh, they're not going to be probably at the forefront of the division because you got the Yankees and you got the Orioles, but they're going to be in the mix. They still got some flaws they got to figure out, just like the Breach do. But they're scrappy and they're probably going to be in the thick of it for all year. So
that's fair. That's a good assessment. I like that one. So I got Kansas City Royals for Boston Breach, and you have the Red Sox for Boston Breach. Next up, we both agree with this one. We already talked about it. We have the Las Vegas Falcons being the White Sox because they're just terrible.
Yep.
we tried to find a team that spent a lot of money, because that's what the Falcons do. They spend a lot of money. Obviously on this COD roster they didn't, because they just brought over Saudi talent. But in every other esport they basically bought the best roster, pretty much.
Yep.
So they have money. And we couldn't find a good MLB team to compare that spends a lot of money that's terrible. Other than like the Mets a couple years ago, but they still made the wild card, I'm pretty sure, and lost. Even when they had the Verlander Scherzer year.
No, I think they barely missed playoffs.
Did they miss it?
Yeah. I think they finished 4th.
Like, other than that specific year, I couldn't really think of one. Because, like, Cohen came in, spent a bag, and they were terrible. So, like...
Yeah.
That was the only team I could...
And then they cut down, and then they won.
Exactly. Because Cohen realized, wait, there's actually, like, method to the madness. But yeah, the White Sox were the worst team in MLB history last year, and the Vegas Falcons might not win a series. So... Nope. Yeah, that's Vegas.
I almost put the Nationals until I realized the Nationals won 500 their first year in DC. So
yeah, that's the other way you could put it. Like the first year of a team being in if they were terrible, but that'd be a lot of research and probably inaccurate data, being how old it is for a lot of teams. But next up, I got LA Gorilla Mates, and this is where I put the Texas Rangers. I texted Aves this earlier today. I said how they had a championship winning core, which was Kiz, Skies, and Preston. They won a world championship together. They picked up Lins, and they're struggling to win again, which last season the Rangers kind of just won the World Series and fell off the face of the earth. But
they've been competitive, though. It's just that they couldn't close stuff out.
Yeah. But that was the way I took it. It's like they're struggling to win, but like this year I think the Rangers are going to be back. I think they'll be good again. So I do think LAG is going to slowly get better and better. They just got to work on their search and destroy mainly, but I think LAG and Rangers were a good comparison. What do you got?
I got the Cubs because they can't close stuff out.
That's insane. But accurate.
20
going off
blown
last
saves.
Going off last year. You're
28, 20 plus blown saves. Freaking S&D for LAG is not great. And like against like
they've lost what 4 game 5s,
something like that. And then they had a couple map series. They lost 3-1. They almost had the hard point and map 4 and lost it, aka the Thieves. So like can't close stuff out. Troll maps away sometimes, like they did against Rocker the first series of the year,
where they don't block the P2 spawn.
Exactly. Yeah. So they just a lot of trolling going on, just like the Cubs bullpen last year. So I did the Cubs.
That's not a bad comparison.
No, I was when I was typing that, I was like, sorry, dude.
I was trying to think of where to put the Cubs. I'm like, I don't know, because
but you can also go along that route. You can also go along the route like like the Cubs roster is getting to like an actual playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
Like you got Dansby, your pitching staff's okay. You got Ian Happ, who saw Nico Horner solid. You got Kyle Tucker now.
See,
like you got Pete Crow.
Solid pieces, just need to figure it out.
Yep.
That's pretty much what
mainly
it comes
your
down
closer.
To. Yeah. Well,
Mainly your closer.
hopefully we got like 3 that could do it now, so hopefully they can figure it out. Next up, I put New York Cloud9. This is where I put the Twins. I was struggling
Okay.
to find a team for the Cloud9,
I almost
but
put the Twins.
the main thing I could think of, I'm like, okay, well, they have 2 people that kind of carry them, and if they play like garbage, they're not going to win a respawn. That's Sib and Attach. So I put that to Royce Lewis and Carlos Correa. But it's not if they play well, it's if they even play.
Yep.
So I really couldn't think of something, but I'm like, all right, I'll do the Twins. I'm like, I'll give the Twinkies some love, but yeah, that's the only thing
That was
I
a
really
good
think of for the Cloud9.
I was
boys.
trying to fit the Twins somewhere, and I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I was trying to tie it into like how they don't like their owners aren't spending any money, but it's like Cloud9 kind of did spend some money, and they kept Sib.
Oh.
They pulled in 3 new players, so it's like
I almost put the Twins for Minnesota.
they're just a Minnesota team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cloud9, what you got?
Blue Jays.
Mm.
Blue Jays
Okay.
because their superstar shortstop Bo Bichette sucks, and Attach right now sucks.
I would just say Sib sucks. Sib's supposed to be their superstar. Sib did
Yes.
suck until land.
Until land.
Yeah. Attached still.
But then,
hasn't.
like, you know, like Vlad, you got, I mean, Kremp and what's his face, Mac have been playing well.
Yeah.
And you got a couple guys. It's like mainly like the people you think are gonna like, and like you're also going off like Attach, who had a monster year last year, and Bo Bichette like the year before last had like a monster year. And they just fell flat on their face. And that's kind of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Sib had a slow start last year and then picked it up in the second half.
That's true.
But like Attach had like a great year all around last year, and now we're thinking about roster changes.
Mhm.
So, and we also had Bo Bichette on the trade block. So Blue Jays,
I know you could have done for Blue Jays, but I just thought of LAG. Wanna know why?
Because they can't get the big people.
Because they were
don't know.
close to getting Scrap and Hydra, and then fell short. They're literally texting Gotaga. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're down. Nate Shot's like, what the hell you guys doing?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I forgot. Yup. You can say that for the Giants too, because he had Kurt.
They had Judge and Correa. Arson Judge, baby. Arson Judge. That's a good one. All right, last one. Vancouver Surge. Who do you
No, we have Rocker too.
Did I skip Rocker?
Yeah, we still
I
have
skipped
like,
Rocker. I skipped over
we still have
Rocker.
Rocker and Surge.
Okay, we'll do Rocker last. Let's do Surge right now. Who do you have?
Colorado.
You put the Rockies for Surge. Okay.
Boring.
Okay.
Pretty much it. Boring. I mean,
they're not fun to watch.
Like a Booza solid 04 has been great, especially in Surge. So it's like the Rockies, yeah, they have some good pieces, but like no one's really going out of the way to watch the Rockies unless their favorite team's playing the Rockies.
That's fair.
So
and they don't even
which is
have like
boring.
I think they have their own like MLB Network was doing them like their regional stuff. So I don't even know what their deal is this year, but I don't think they're gonna have many fans purchasing that package to buy the good old Rockies this year.
I think this major was the first time I actually watched like a full series of Surge.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, they're just not really fun to watch. They're just not.
No.
Like you'd think their S&D would be fun to watch, but like it's not.
No, just the way they're playing,
boring.
it's just not fun to watch.
Yeah.
So Colorado,
I
boring.
put Seattle Mariners, and I put Julio Rodriguez and Cal Riley equal 04 and Abuza. Get them some help, man. Damn.
What do you mean? They have pitching.
Yeah, but they can't hit. That's like they should be good at Surge, but they can't win a respawn.
They can pitch, but they can't.
They're good. They're supposed to be good at one thing, but they can't do the other. That's the Mariners.
Who's even on this? Donovan Solano.
That was one of their only free agent signing was Donovan Solano. Like, go get Pete Alonso.
Yeah, Jorge Polanco back.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Needle mover.
And they still have Randy Arozarena. Remember when
Oh,
he
I
got
did
traded over
forget he
there?
was there. I forgot he was there. He played like
Yeah,
ass
me
last
too.
year. But
Dude,
yeah,
that dude, I think he hit under 200. No, he hit 219 with 20 bombs.
yeah, he was not great.
No.
But yeah, I got the Mariners there. Now last but not least, finally, is the Minnesota Rocker, which I put as the Nationals. I
Okay.
said they got some solid young pieces, but they still need some work to take the next step.
Fair. Valid.
Who do you
I
got?
like it. The Guardians, because they're usually pretty mid, and then one year they're randomly good.
Cold War. Pretty
And
much
then
Cold
mid for
War.
like
Not
because what
even mid
they made they made
garbage.
the wild card, they made like a wild card like a couple years ago, and then they fell off, and then like
Well, they
we
finally won
picked them
their
last.
first series against the Blue Jays that one year, then lost to the Astros, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, and then like going into last year, we had them finishing. I'm pretty sure we had them like finishing
Well,
like
Pacoda has
last
them
or second
finishing
to last.
first. Pacoda has them finishing first this year. So I'm like, with who pitching, bro? Like, what are we doing?
I have them like third,
Yeah, I don't.
but it's
It's hard to rank
but
for
it's
the.
but we had them last or second to last going into last year. Then they won the division. And then like a couple years back, they like won it. They like did really well, and then they fell flat on the face, and then randomly they're good again.
Yeah,
That's Minnesota Rocker.
that's fair. That is very fair. All right, that concludes our MLB to CDL
That
teams.
was an absolute banger segment. We gotta do that again.
Hey, maybe we could do
Like next year,
it.
we gotta do it every single
We could
year.
do it. We could do it next year, and then maybe football. Try to tie that to football teams or something like that. Obviously, football just ended with the Super Bowl, but maybe when football season comes, because that'll be when.
Maybe.
No, COD won't even be. It'll be the end of the
No.
year. It'll be the end of the year. We'll
Yeah,
figure it
we can't
out.
really do football.
We'll figure it
We're gonna do basketball teams.
out.
I don't know ball like that.
Yeah, okay.
Baseball's the best bet.
Yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. This will be up on YouTube, maybe on Spotify if I feel like it, but definitely YouTube on the main menu channel. And yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next week. Enjoy the matches this weekend.